There, there.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. First of all, thank you all for all being here. We greatly appreciate it. We know that most of you are well into your meals, and maybe even some of you have already completed it. But either way, we're going to go ahead and take a moment just to bless our food, give thanks, and pay a little homage to a couple of people that we know that are suffering at this point in time. Father, we thank you for the food in which we have received and or about to receive, that you may have blessings and maybe have health and service to our bodies. In Jesus' name we pray. I'd like to take a moment right now, if you could, just a moment of silence. We have passing of Emery Bortheim, one of our longtime dental laboratory technicians, been in this thing pretty close to 60, 70 years, if not longer. I mean, he's one of the longest knowing CDTs that I know of, okay? And just recently passed away. While we're in this prayer moment of silence, we'd also like to include Leanne and Sib. They're both dental laboratory technicians, husband and wife team, and they are currently in the hospital with COVID. So if you could, in your very, and it's just reported that Sib is 86 years old, so he's going to be having a difficult time. And we want to wish them the very best. So however it is that you share your spirit, we would ask that you take just a moment of silence, please. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. And now, your DLAT President, Matthew.
Thank you. I want to welcome y'all all to the awards luncheon. Today is going to be a special day because we're not going to be handing pins to people. We're just going to be recognizing them because the pins have already been sent out. They've been sent to them already, so they will receive their pins. But because of the situations that we're in, we're not going to have them up here or shaking their hands or anything like that. So this is our DLAT Board of Directors, as you see sitting in front of you. We're all from Texas, except one special young lady we won't mention. We just like to give her a hard time. Without them, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing today. Okay, all the Hall of Fame recipients that are here, when I call your name, please stand up. Stanley Beal, Wendy Wagner, Gary Morgan, Gary Box, Milton Kladnick, Ellis Morris, and we know Emery, he's here. Francis Reed, Danny DeBell, Lester Eisenbach, Joe Suggs, Harold Stern, B.B. Moore, Kurt Wagner, H.W. Jack Diddy. Let's give them all a round of applause, people. Thank you. Now, past presidents, as you see on the screen, if you're here, please stand. Wendy Wagner. There you go, Tommy. Thank you, guys. Without the exhibitors, this probably wouldn't be possible. We all need them. So let's give them all a round of applause. CDT milestone recipients, Denis Urban is going to say a few words for us. He's the chairman of the MSC Board of Trustees.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Denis Urban, CDT, 2020-21 Chair of the National Board of Certification in Dental Technology. I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe in these uncertain times. It is an honor to address the membership of the DLAT, but I am disappointed that I couldn't be there in person, though. You know, when I heard last February that I was going to attend this meeting, I was very excited. Why? Because the DLAT has grown to have the reputation of one of the best dental laboratory shows in the country. The DLAT's commitment to continued education and their focus on the advancement of dental technology is something to be very proud of. Also, I heard this meeting is a lot of fun with great camaraderie, and we certainly do need that right now. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of the CDT milestone recipients here today. What a great accomplishment it is to achieve this recognition. You should all be very proud. Also, congratulations to all of the CDTs out there for making our industry better. Oral health is a part of overall health, and we all play a major role in contributing to the success of oral health in millions of people by what we do every day. I wanted to give a quick update on what NBC is doing behind the scenes regarding certification. NBC's mission is to provide certification for dental technicians and dental laboratories. Its certifications help demonstrate expertise in the field by providing credentials that promote the highest standards of excellence in a continually changing profession. To help meet the desire for increased accessibility, NBC is no longer offering paper pencil testing and will only offer computer-based testing with remote proctoring for the CDT written examinations. Candidates are now able to register for a written examination at a location, date, and time of their choosing within a 30-day registration window. Testing is on demand 24/7, 365 days a year with no pre-scheduling required. And in order to create more flexibility of testing for the practical exam, NBC has launched a remote option for the CDT practical exams using a third-party remote proctor. We had the official launch in September, and it's been very successful. All candidates will now be able to take the exam of any laboratory they're choosing. Exams will be offered in testing windows 6 times a year: January, March, May, July, September, and November, and will run from the first day of the month through the last day of the month. Application deadlines are on the 20th of the month prior to your desired testing window. This is some exciting news for those who wish to explore certification. For more information, please visit the NBC website at nbccert.org/become-a-CDT. There's so much more work that's going on behind the scenes at NBC with a great board of NBC trustees, including DLAT's own Kate Tippett. The NBC is proud to support the DLAT. I want to thank you for your time today, and I hope to see everyone in person soon. Have a great day.
Okay, as we said, the pins have already been mailed. This is the list of the CDT milestone recipients. If you have a pin, or if you're going to receive a pin, just please stand up so we can all recognize you. And we'll just hold our applause until the end of each section. James Alexander, 25-year pins. Keith Atwood. Barbara Blanchett, James Bradshaw, Craig Burkett, and forgive me if I messed this up, Tai Choi, and the next one, Huang Chung, Garrett Cockrell, Russell Gray, David Kerr, Kador, yeah, I can't get there from here on that one. Timothy Menchaca. Let's give him a round of applause, guys. Some more. Rich Miller. David. Yeah. I can't get there from here. Yeah, that's easy for you to say from way back over there. Yeah. Make something. Yeah, I can't get there. I'm sorry. Frank Nokia, Morris O'Neill, Tammy Lancaster, Pete Sepulveda, George Volante, Philip Williams, Sherry Wolf, and Lorena, yeah, there we go again. I can't say that last name. Pete. 30-year pins, Robert Allen, Raymond Alonzo, Pete Angelitos, Angelitos, there you go. Michael Burleson, Anna Kaborski, Robert Coleman, Julian Elizondo, Salvador Fernandez, Thomas Gillen, Enrique Gomez, Luis Gonzalez, Alexandria Gonzalez. Some more 30-year pins. Judith Hanson, Robert Henley, Tommy Ivy, Eddie Jaquez, Huckus, there you go. Thank you. Edna Lopez, John McMahon, Brad Mitchell, Mitchell McCarr, there you go. Michael McCarr, sorry. Some more 30-year pins. Hung Nguyen, Brenda Ronberg, Thomas Solabata, Calvin Smith, Henry Tavares, Hai Tran, Ripley Underwood, Gilbert Young, Godfrey Zimmerman. $35-year pins. Terry Carlton, Laura Deskins, Greg Hosier, Charles Cather, there you go. Thank you. Marie King. I'm glad you didn't let me mess that up. You got a piece of cake? Itaka Mizuno, David Pike, Philip Ramirez, Julio Soretti Sr., John Tritton, 40-year pins. Terry Boucher, Bridget Brewer, Robert Bromley, Lloyd Carroll, Kathy May, David McCormick, Robert Neal, Arthur Roberts, James Stanley, R. Randall Stone. Here we go. 45-year pin, the infamous Gary Box. R. Wesley Graham, Theodore Moss Jr., Christine Maslow, Everardo Ramirez, Roberto Sierra, Paul Welch Jr., Billy Zimmerman. And here we go, our 50-year pin recipient, Tommy Cummings. And believe it or not, we got a 56-year pin, Emery Burdine. 60-year pin. Hortz Albrecht. It's a long time, guys. He also has an ADA, Dental American Association, and recognized him for an achievement of 60 years as a certified dental technician. Thank you, guys. And now we have Jason. Yep.
It's funny, you did better than I'm gonna do when I gotta do it.
I know it. It's gonna suck for
You
you.
know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make him do it. Yeah.
That was not me.
Yes, it was.
That was not me.
You got a clicker? I was just gonna click it here, or I can do it with your clicker.
Take that, I'll bring the clicker.
Do I plug it into this? It's okay. I think everybody at the registration booth had to have it for the iPads. There. Okay. And then I just point it. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So. Okay. I'm waiting for you. All right. Most of y'all know me as Jason Stubbs. I'm your secretary. And this year I'm going to give you your regulatory. And I'm going to teach you the rules dealing with the state board and lab licensing. And I'm going to teach you how to use those rules to combat illegal labs in the state of Texas. And I'll give you some examples that have worked for me. So let's quickly go through these rules. These are questions that I get asked all the time. I get asked by labs, but also doctors. So we're going to go through these one by one. Do I need a lab license in the state of Texas? Absolutely. Do I need a lab? Oh. How much is the license? Does anybody know? It's really, really cheap. It's $138. There's no excuse for people not to be able to afford that. How often do, sorry, I set this up a little weird. How often do I need to renew my lab license? Every year in January. It's not hard. Literally, December 1st, I tell my wife, right over there, we need to renew our lab license. I get my license by December 15th every year. And when my doctors call, do you have a lab license? Here it is. Zahn calls, and they say, we're not going to ship you anything. Here's my lab license. I have no issues. Do I have to be a CDT to have a lab? Basically, you have to have a CDT to own a lab on your premise. It can be somebody else, and they have to be on premise 30 hours a week. How often do I have to do jurisprudence? Every 3 years. Is it hard? You cannot fail. You repeat the questions till you get it right. It's not hard. How much is jurisprudence? Last time I took it, it was $54. Again, not expensive. Can a dentist use an unlicensed lab in the state of Texas? Absolutely not. Here's the way the rule reads. This is the Texas Dental Code. A dentist may not knowingly prescribe, order, or receive dental prosthetic appliance that is to be prepared or has been prepared by an unregistered dental laboratory. So can you go down to the state board and say, hey, this guy's sent into an unregistered lab. I mean, this lab's not registered. What do? Absolutely nothing. I'll tell you how to use this to your advantage later. Do out-of-state labs need to register in the state of Texas? Absolutely. Okay, and this is just, I'm making this a regulatory class. How long do you have to keep your records on file? Does anybody know? It's incredibly easy. 2 years. Is it popped? Did it pop on? Yeah, the screen there, sorry. So, can I have a lab in my house? Does everybody know this? Can you have a lab with the Texas laws in your house? There are no laws regarding the state board to having a lab in your house. Now, you have you have local and county ordinances that say you can't do this, you can't do that. But most of those laws come in the federal laws, and that's a completely different set. Has anybody ever been closed down because they had a lab at their house? Not that I know of. That's interesting because I've heard all these rules where you have to have it detached, you can't have a common attic, you can't have a common air conditioning, you can't have a door going from here to there. I couldn't find those anywhere in the dental code. So, but I was asked those by the FDA. What can I do about non-registered dental labs? Okay. So, hear me out. You inform your dentist, and you don't go up and go, Joe Blow doesn't have a lab license. You know what that means to a dentist? Nothing. I've done it, and they go, I don't care. He's pulling teeth. I don't care. So you know how I did it? I, along with Richard and Matt, came up with an illegal deal where I actually put a presentation together for dentists and taught them how to check lab licenses. And I informed them that it's against the law and the fine. Me and my wife gave a presentation to 12 doctors locally. 7 of them were my clients. Turned around after putting the slide up with the law. Turned around and every dentist was on their phone going. Within 2 weeks, every dentist in that place was my client. 2 labs closed down that were illegal. So it's incredibly simple to do. You can ask me for my presentation. You can go to the local study clubs and give it. You can take and just literally show them the dental code. I don't advise you badmouthing a specific lab, but if you let them know, you can pick up one of the handouts at the booth, walk you through the steps to check the lab license. It's easy. I sat down with a lab that didn't have a license, talked to him. I picked up 4 clients from that guy. He closed. He now works for somebody else. So it works. It's easy. You don't have to wait for the state 6 months for somebody to come investigate. The doctors did it all immediately. So, if they get a case from the state board against the dentist, they request all records of that case, including the scripts, and the state board checks to see if that lab is licensed. There is a case here now in the state of Texas ongoing where a doctor used an illegal lab for 7 years. And it's been going on for, about 2 years when this started? And everybody's scared, the lab's gone, and the fine hasn't been imposed yet. but it worked for me. So, how do you check a license? It changes quite a bit, especially with Sunset, but right now, you go to the Texas Public License Search on TSBD, that's what you do. You click on public license check, you click on lab search, you can check by town, name, owner, city, county, zip code. That's how it started. We had a discussion, and I said, you know, we were talking about illegal labs. I said, oh, there's probably a couple around me. I Googled labs near me, 11 popped up. Guess how many were illegal? 8. And I was in Cedar Hill, Texas at the time. Can you imagine in a big city? Now, do you want to go spend $500 on flyers trying to get accounts and you got somebody undercutting you, or do you just want to go give a quick speech to a study club, meet a bunch of doctors and say, hey, this is how you check it? You're the first lab they see when they find out their lab is illegal. See what I'm talking about? 2 labs on that list got their licenses renewed. The rest of them are pretty much gone. So it worked for me and my wife. So that's it. Everybody knows my credentials. I don't want to keep you any longer than I have to, so. Yes, sir. A lab registration is what I call it. I've never actually researched that. That's interesting. I register my license and they send me a license is what I put on the wall. That's the way I refer to it. And I do want to say something. So along with this, has everybody been harassed by Zon about, are you legal? Do you know how good it is that they do this? They harassed me. I had to send them a copy of my license. I'm like, Susie, what's going on? And she told me, she said they will not sell to somebody that is not licensed. You know how good that is for you that your competitors can't buy those products? Y'all can clap, but y'all are giving her grease. She's doing her job and helping y'all. Zon is fantastic, and there's another company that hasn't given me permission, literally couldn't find the lab license for a member of the board and would not ship something out. And I applaud them too. They still haven't given me permission to use their name, but I applaud that. I can go and buy portrait teeth and they can't. That's an excellent thing. So, if you have any questions, you can email me at jason.stubbs@dlat.org. You can catch me at the booth, or somebody here has my phone number. You can call me. Is that a quick regulatory speech? You get your hours? Your slips are in the back on that table if you need them. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Are there any right now? Y'all are an easy crowd. Thank you. Give me my present. What? You know I took them already? Oh, man.